Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. Continuing on from the last episode, this is my 12th live stream, and in this I'll be covering mostly viewer submitted levels, starting off with this one. Soundman Orbit Panic by Mega Man Orbit Panic, with 66 plays and a score of 24. And I see your level, Lipatio. Do you want me to cover the normal mode version only, or both versions? Preferably the normal mode version. As all the levels in the series hasn't been submitted to me, I'll be collecting all the special weapons. Oh, and by the way, can everyone hear me loud and clear? Just want to confirm. So Soundman is an air level. I was honestly expecting something else. Good. That's about where I placed the checkpoint. So far feels like a decent level, though it's assuming you understand how the Sparkman platforms work. There is even an extra checkpoint right after that Tama mini boss to be precise. Hi Nuclearstomp, hi Shaun Williams. I'll post what's currently on the queue after I complete this level. Or if I end up dying somewhere. Pretty good for the last 4 hours. I just took a minor nap. I woke up very early today. I need to set up a bot for that, my bad. I'll get it right now. Probably set up Nightbot for that, should be really simple. This is either the end of the level, or it's a mini-boss battle. Probably the end of the level. Your level's been noted down, Caleb. I see. Sweet revenge. And that's the end of this level. Pretty short, but it felt like a nice, somewhat hybrid of a fortress level and another level type. Traditional level. Hold on, I see your level, Caleb. There's gonna be one before yours, though. There was a slight scheduling error there. And you'll come after Caleb, Nuclearstomp. Next up is Get Ready for the Next Battle version 15 by Sirius Malcolm, with 28 plays and a score of 8. That's fine. Immediately where we ended off the last level, I guess. Although during the last level we actually started at the top, or ended at the top. Now we're starting at the bottom where Hardman was. Now we're back up here. It's not different versions of the level, it's like different parts of the level. They all fall under the same series. Here we go. This level series has gone between 5 different accounts by this point. Perhaps. If I fall down here, no checkpoints. Now there's a checkpoint. Thunderclaw section. Those enemies are no threat whatsoever. The big fish, they're just there to scare you. Same with these big fish as well. For Mega Man 8, I believe? Yeah. Quite a few of the mixes for Mega Man 8 feel a bit strange. Not really feel strange, but they sound a bit... the mixes sound a bit off. It feels like a mixture of levels, to be honest. Now if I focused only on these jumping challenges, then it'd be one cohesive level. Because then we see, for like focus only on the water jumping challenges, charge kick, the super arrow, charge kick, those things. True. Hi, Galaxy Man. To get us used to bases double jumping. And now back to regular old Mega Man. And boss time, hard man. Ah, this isn't too bad. Hard man can't reach me. Just be careful not to be in the quicksand when he does his stomp attack. Well, he can reach me, but isn't too dangerous. Kind of an unfocused, messy level, but the boss fight was fun. Third up is another Experimental Wily Fortress by Tobvet, with 15 plays and a score of 1. If you attended this morning's livestream, you saw the first part of this level. Not first part, but first iteration in this series. This is the second iteration, version 2. So this is going to be more of a puzzle level. And this time, hopefully I won't get as lost. For the first level in the Experimental Wily Fortress series, it actually took me 20 minutes to complete it, when in reality if I knew exactly where I was going, it'd take only 10 minutes at most. You mean oil panic? First part's been fairly straightforward. And I got to the first checkpoint. I'll pick normal difficulty. Usually your levels aren't too difficult. And we're back out here again. Can't reach any of those just yet, so I'll go down here instead. I can probably loop around to the right. There's a crash bomb, so I only need one more special weapon to complete this level. Alright, thank you for the information. That probably leads to a death pit, so I won't check. Darn, if it went up there, I could have gotten the D-tank. Oh well, minor loss. That's not too necessary. Just for extra insurance, I'm gonna hit this checkpoint and go back down. Actually, I'm gonna do a quick reset here because I want to be back at full health. So time to loop back because now I can go through that earlier section. I think I know what to do here. Now I just need to reset this side. because now I can reach it from this angle. And clip into the wall, why not? And that's how I get up here. This is a medium to long level. It's a long level if you don't know where you're going. Unlike the first version of the stage, it isn't too bad. Not first version, but first in this series. If only Burning Sticks was here. Too bad using the concrete shot to destroy the enemies doesn't grant me any pickups. There's our jet adapter. I think I know where I need to go to I think I know where I need to go to next. Up here. That's probably where the stage's exit is. And the left ladder just leads back up there, I believe. Let me see if there's anything to the left. Nope, just a dead pit. I don't think this stage has keys, so I'll just go directly to the right. And enter the fortress. And clip onto the spike. Or touch the edge of the spike, I mean. I remember this place. Time to get back up. Almost through this labyrinth. Wasn't too difficult to navigate. The boss is probably in this room or the room left or right of here. I'll check left first. An extra life, so to the right of here is Astroman. Oh no. That's his weakness. When he stands still isn't too bad, but I don't have an E-tank, remember? This is gonna cause a problem because there's no pickup room anywhere. There probably should have been. I like the rest of the level though. That isn't even his weakness either. Seriously? At least give me access to the charge shot then. Just stand in one corner if you can. It's best if he doesn't repeatedly use the Astro Crush. Well, this boss battle wasn't too bad, it just takes a bit longer if you don't have access to his weakness. See, the first version of this stage, well, first iteration, or first in the series, would have taken about the same amount of time had it not got lost. Forward up is Operation Cold Pursuit Medium Hard 1.5 by Shaun Williams, with 8 plays and a score of -1. This is probably going to take up to 10 or 15 minutes, and it's going to be one of those other damage boosting your mileage may vary levels. Wow, not starting off with instant death in the first screen, that's different. Yep, it did. It's gonna be after a few other people, after BoltGreywing. You know, this stage is starting out very tame. Very different than most of Shaun Williams' other levels, which usually have a lot of instant death everywhere. Huh, my second jump got eaten. Essentially, this is all about double jumping and freezing enemies in place. You know, out of all Shaun Williams levels, this seems to be one of the more balanced ones for newbies. Even though it's labeled as being medium hard. Alright. I have no means of directly injuring foes, so I just need to rely on freezing them. And getting up this ladder. The hardest part of this engine at times. Boss time already. I didn't really need to do it actually. At last now I can actually injure a boss. I can even freeze the when hands in place. I didn't know. I never knew you could do that. That's different. And we're out of here. Pretty easy boss fight, all things considered. Darn, I almost made it. I should have not waited there. Or waited. I should have either been faster or just waited. This time, I'll wait. It nearly get insta-skip there because I forgot about that. No Yuka blocks trying to randomly insta-skip me either. This stage really should be labeled as easy normal considering Shaun Williams standards. It feels like a nice beginner level before getting to the world of their levels. I expected there to be a big fish enemy down there. I didn't even have access to that, so I probably missed something. Sadly, I can't freeze those in place. The difficulty balancing feels a bit strange. Some sections are much easier than others. Although overall this stage is on the easier side. Sadly, I can't freeze these in place without the use of the concrete shot. If only I kept my double jump there, I could have made it. Alright. That was a bit of a strange dead over there. And unlike Shaun Williams' previous stages, it's pretty fairly straightforward to do it damageless. It's not like you force a damage booster these sections. Just wish those spikes were differently colored. Derp. Should have fell on the right side, not the left side. What did I try doing there? Oh no. So I have to wait a bit longer there. That makes sense. You know, considering Shaun Williams' previous levels, it isn't really on the harder side. It's on the easier side. And it's a lot less filled with enemies, too. That's why I feel it's a nice introductory level of sorts. I just wonder when we're coming up to the boss battle. Probably here. Looks to be it. Crystal Man, and I need to drop into the pit somehow. Or just injure him that way. Silly me. Honestly, I was expecting this boss fight to be much harder, but no, it's very straightforward. There's even a safe spot down over here. As I repeatedly said throughout this level, nice introductory level to get used to Shaun Williams levels. It should be labeled as normal, not normal hard. And it's not too overwhelming. The first few screens are actually on the more generous side. Fifth up is the Electra Forest Normal Reupload by Lipatio, with 68 plays and a score of 10. After Lipatio is BoltGreywing, and after them is Cowlip, then Nuclearstomp. Oh, stage transition's a bit laggy. That's concerning. How many screens long is this level anyways? Just for some information. I'm guesstimating 40 to 50 screens, but I'm not sure. It is. Wily Fortress 1 Electric Slicer. Well, it's the final level in my queue anyways, currently Nuclearstomp, so if you want, I can place one more level before it and use that as the final level. 84 screens. Okay, this level's gonna take about probably 20 minutes. Thank you for placing this in case you run out. Eventually off screen, I'm gonna do... let me rephrase that. Off screen, I'm actually thinking of playing Dauntless. Have any of you ever played Dauntless before? You know, Monster Hunter Lite, made by Phoenix Labs. Essentially, either tonight or tomorrow morning, I'm gonna start playing Dauntless, and I don't think I'll be streaming it. Maybe I will, but later game parts, not the earlier game parts. That was my bad. After all, most players have already done the early game parts. If need be, I'll just make a let's play, but I'll summarize things. As in, I can restart the I can restart with another character and combine it with where my stream character is by that point and merge the Let's Plays that way. Or they'll create their own version of Mega Man Maker. After all, they were going to, but for some reason they cancelled it, along with all the other Mega Man Online projects, for that matter. Perhaps in the future they'll make their own Mega Man Mania from some of the better known names, more skilled people from the Mega Man fan game community. I'd love to see that. Frankly, I'd also like to see a Mario Mania or Zelda Mania. But probably Mega Man Mania is the next best candidate for the Mania treatment. Oh. Which water? Blue water, got it. So here, it wasn't exactly made clear earlier, so it's essentially a secret. Now the hard part is making it across. I can't make the jump normally by slide jumping, it's too far. I'm gonna have to use Rush. Kind of a tighter squeeze than what I'd usually like. Before I try this, is there an invisible ceiling? No, there isn't. At least the checkpoint placements are on point about where I placed them. The level tolerance here isn't too bad. It's actually higher than what I expect. After all, you can miss one or two of these weapon pickups and you'll still be fine. Just be careful not to take too many hits from the elect blocks. Jetting time. If only I didn't get hit by that enemy. Seriously, those are the more dangerous enemies, the pop-up attackers. Because stuff like that can happen. See, that placement is kind of annoying because of how the rain keeps pushing it forwards. And normally I try swapping out of this form, but if the rain didn't exist, I'd try by going back. Alright, made it this time. Oh, so close, but I dropped too fast. The hardest jump is because of that one pop-up attacker. The rest of the section is much easier. So essentially, I need to time my jumps. Or boosting, I mean. Alright, made it this time. I guess it was too low when I initiated the jet. That's all on me. I guess I have to jump down in the water then. Or use Rush Coil. Okay, I have to use Rush Coil then. Just want to exhaust my possibilities. Oh wait, I have to chain it together. Use first Rush Coil to gain enough height, and then use the jet adapter immediately afterwards. That's neat. Like so. Very clever. Well, you're supposed to use a Rush Coil in the jet adapter. At least, that's what I think you're supposed to do there. It's not like you get soft locked, so I'm fine with that. I was hoping to clip into the wall there, but guess not. Super adapter time. I see your levels, Caleb, but I'll have to get to them in the future. I'm gonna cover one level per level designer until I loop forwards, so I'll note them down in my playlist, and I'll play them in future streams. Well, I completely screwed this up. I'm gonna have to reset here, I'm too low on health. But now I see what I need to do here. Powered up during time slow. Don't tell me there's a force main to the right. There is. I didn't think it would take me up that high, but just want to make sure. I do Control plus R, that's a quick reset. I bound it to a button in my controller. Oh, okay then. Almost there. Oh, seriously? This is one of the sections where I need to use it, don't I? Come on. Well, I made it. Hi, Jedok. Glad to see you made it. I didn't think it would actually reach it in time, but I keep underestimating how fast it is. I need to get full restores of everything, so there's no chance of getting soft locked. Yep, if it hits the corner, it's going up. I need to knock it to the right. Okay. I knocked it to the right, suddenly teleported behind me, and assassinated me. I didn't expect that kind of teleports behind you meme. Yeah, engine issues. Still funny to look at, and it's only a few steps away from the checkpoint, so I'm not complaining too much. I'd complain more if it was next to the checkpoint, but I didn't hit it. I do like this challenge, a bit of waiting around, but it's fun. Done with this section. The charge kick challenges. Now with lightning everywhere. Too low. Whoa, I phased right through it. That kind of surprised me. I mean, in that game you actually had the Gaia suit. Was it called the Gaia suit, or am I misremembering? It was the bulkier suit, or power armor. The one that gave you a really powerful charge shot as well. Or rapid firing charge shots. Oh. Yoku blocks. Yeah, it basically acted like a skull barrier, although only protected you on your feet. It was awesome. Frankly, the fort armor was great against everything except bosses. To be fair, most of the boss weaknesses in Mega Man X5 were pretty poor. Oh yeah, I forgot, I initiated from land. That's what made the ultimate armor as well as the Gaia armor much better. Gaia armor because of rapid firing charge shots and how they don't activate the boss weakness frames or invulnerability frames as much as their weaknesses do. And the ultimate armor due to the Comet Strike or Nova Strike. Now I just need to figure out what his weakness is. It's probably water. Yes, water wave. But I need to keep that locked. You can do this buster only, but it's a bit tougher. Still, it's an interesting boss arena. So good job, Lipatio. Easy mode should be a bit easier, especially with the jet adapter sections, but this felt like a nice quote-unquote anthology level. It felt like 2 or 3 stages glued together, like a fortress. Alright, I'll be right back in a moment. Next up is Galdaron Spaceport by BoltGreywing with 8 plays and a score of 1. Next up is Caleb's level, then Nuclearstomp. Well, there'll be one more level in between this. How many screens long is the level Nuclearstomp, by the way? As in, number of screens and number of bosses. Sure, I'll cover your level, Galaxy Man. Give me a moment, I want to add it right now, before I forget. Alright, back. Sorry for the brief pause. No slide jumping, so this jump is a bit more of a pain to pull off. Sure, you can. There are a few other levels in front of you, so you may want to do it as soon as possible before someone else does. I don't like doing these jumps without sliding. Especially with the ceilings nearby like that. 30 bosses. It is a boss rush, so I'll see what I can do. Now I finally get my first special weapon. Nice way of teaching you how it works. First part of the stage was a pacifist stage until we got to the airport, or rather spaceport, and now I can destroy all the UFOs and that was it. This last part of the stage was essentially a fun run. Unfortunately, hitting him is a bit of a problem. And it's done. Galdaron Spaceport was fairly straightforward, but the hardest part was actually at the beginning. It had a reverse difficulty curve. Seventh up is Wily Fortress 1 Electric Slicer by Mega Man Wily aka Caleb, with 20 plays and a score of 1. I covered their Y Stage 4 in the morning stream, and now we're covering the first level. So we're doing it really out of order. Yeah, they'd go well with the sheepman blocks. Going to be a bit of a longer level too, let me check. This level has 2 bosses, 3 checkpoints, 90 enemies, 59 screens, 0 refillers, and 243 spikes. You could have placed at least 1 or 2 enemies here, so these aren't just empty hallways, like here for example. You can have one empty screen, but at least make the outer screen with place an enemy there. Thank you for giving me access to the skull barrier. Otherwise, these sections would be a lot more scary. And filled with a lot more death, too. Reminder that sliding off of these is a lot harder than it looks. Now we're moving on to part 2 of this level. Okay. Kinda screwed that up, but I survived. Really? And it died there because I didn't realize it despawned like that. Well, I don't mind it too much if you can see in advance where they're coming from, so this wasn't too bad. Frankly, this section is much tougher. These are cosmic platforms, and as I said, trying to slide off of them is very inconsistent. Probably more enemies from Mega Man 9 and 10, and maybe some selections from Mega Man 11. At least I have access to the rush jet here, making my life a lot easier. This stage would be much harder if I didn't have access to either the rush jet and or the skull barrier. I do like how to transition. Oh. One moment, please. For a moment there, I thought there was going to be an ad playing in the background, but no, there wasn't. Now transitioning over to the third part of the level. Is this optional or mandatory, by the way? Spike room, I guess? I should have expected that. Wait a minute, where was the checkpoint? There should have been a checkpoint when we entered that section. I mean, that's the perfect place to put it. See, there should have been a checkpoint right after we finished this section, because we transitioned over to a completely different area and I died again because tap didn't work. That's already kind of a flaw with this level, I've noticed. Also, I would have preferred if the Rush Coil and Rush Jet were ordered correctly in the menu. AK right next to each other. I just need to be careful not to stand on top of the crash lifts. It's a Wily Fortress, but it doesn't need to be as hard as possible. Even the classic titles had a fair checkpoint placement for the Wily Fortress levels. Also, this is unbeatable unless you time it really well. Like, here would be a perfect place for a checkpoint. And quick question, Caleb, is this section optional up over there, or is it not? It's not really clear if this is optional or not. I'm not sure, actually. Alright, where is the next checkpoint? This would also be another nice place to put it. If there is not a checkpoint in the next few screens, I'll say that this stage suffers somewhat from checkpoint starvation. I do like how different parts of this castle first level are segmented into different portions, but really at this point, it's starting to feel like this stage should be split off into different sub-levels. Another good place for a checkpoint. There are no enemies here. Alright, mandatory, but still, please put more checkpoints. Even the classic Wily Fortresses, none of them had this many spaces or screens before you hit another checkpoint. Alright, here it is. Still, there should have been 2 or 3 or more of them in between. That was my bad. See, I like that challenge with the skull barrier and the black hole bomb. And like it's one of the few weapons that can instantly destroy those gyres. Yeah, Mega Man 10 and Mega Man 11 stuff. Now I just hope I don't get insta-gibbed by something. Oops. Good thing I have access to this to save myself. And this part of the stage is much better checkpoint placement, which makes it all the more stranger, but probably this is before the boss battle. Metal Man and Spark Man, so essentially a fortress boss. So I can still do stuff like this. Oh, I love how this works. And now I'm in this level. Pretty fun overall, but you can still do it Buster only. Oh, those 10s. Those are... well, I didn't see that gimmick mentioned as much. As I was saying, this was an okay level, but it suffered somewhat from checkpoint starvation, and a few too many empty screens in the first section. But I like how he transitioned over to different sections to indicate we're getting further along into the first fortress stage. But considering how long it was and how much variety it had, it probably should have split into 2 sub-levels. 8 up is Mega Man in Base 2, Final X Cutman Nrothers, and X Mecha by Super Piggy 8 with 9 plays and a score of -2. It was submitted to me by GalaxyMan64, so this is probably a meme level. Let me guess. Just run. I see. First defeat the bosses on the left side, then move on to the right side. Yeah, I know that. Probably the weaknesses are the... no, it isn't this. Seriously, what could it be then? Probably either the atomic fire or the jewel satellite. That works well enough. I'll just use a Mega Buster. I mean, I have 90 tanks, so might as well use them. Solar Blaze is awesome. We've seen it in Magma 1 and Magma 1R. I'd love to see that added in Mega Man 10, Mega Man 10 update. Especially how you can use it as a shotgun for for a more powerful attack, short range, or you could just use it as a splitting attack. Well, that was easy. Next up is Tornado Man. Is he the actual boss? Now that I think about it, I knew that would work. Something else I'd like to be added in a future update would be W tanks, as an in-between between M tanks and E tanks. Because M tanks restore all of your weapon energy at once, I'd like there to be a canister for devs to give that can just restore one of your weapons and is portable. Alright, that stage just existed. Kind of a meme, probably. Ninth up is Climate Man Level Creation Contest by OfficialMemeGuy with 28 plays and a score of 6. Which level creation contest? Can you provide the context, OfficialMemeGuy? I think I know which one you're referring to, but I just wanted to be confirmed. Is that the one being run by Mega Man Maker? Is that the official one from the official Mega Man Maker Discord? Or is it the one in the level creation collab? Let's see, this level has 1 boss, 61 enemies, and 18 spikes, and 47 screens, 4 checkpoints, and 0 refillers. Pretty. This stage is definitely taking place in the rain clouds. So, essentially the 2019 level creation contest. I'll eventually have to get to it once all the levels are submitted and the deadlines have closed. If it's anything as large as the original 2018 one, it's gonna take a while to cover all those levels. I never got around to doing 2018, but I'll try doing it for 2019. I'll probably have to dedicate a few streams to doing it as well. What kind of special stage do you want? Okay, those types. Probably a stage focused on Quint, an actual good level for dedicated to Quint. Or perhaps one of the Star Droids, but reduxed. Isn't there a special weapon category? Or a special category? In addition to non-traditional, or has that been removed due to being too similar to non-traditional in 2018? Only those two, so it was clarified and compressed. Good. It was confusing with those 3 categories before. Hopefully the judge panel is better this time. Traditional levels are done already. Interesting. I'll have to take a look at the full list of level submissions, and once I'm done with... First I have to cover all the level series on my playlist. After I'm done with Retro Redux, I'll have to cover Elite's levels, and then I have to cover your own level series, OfficialMemeGuy, and then I'll get around to covering the 2019 official levels, but by then we'll probably know the winners anyways. All I can say is that I disagree with the winner of the Retro Redux challenge. I think it should have been a different level. Well, that's a bit more special, Jethawk, because once it hits red, it becomes damage water, essentially like a damage spike. And if you shoot the acid barrier right into that water, it'll actually change its color as well, make it closer to turning into dangerous acid. Yeah, there are a lot of levels on my 2 playlists, sorry. At least it's down to 70 now. That's one of the reasons why I started this livestream series, so I could quickly cut down on these levels. I'm now able to cover at least 20 of your submit levels every week. This week I'm hoping to cover most of the remaining levels for the Creation Collab. It'll probably take 1 more week though. Parts 8 and 9 have been recorded, just need to be edited and uploaded. And part 10 and maybe 11 has to be recorded. Sure, that'll be nice. Just don't make it too long. Try making it so it's about 30 or 40 screens long. Mega Man Creation Collab was essentially a fan game made in Mega Man Maker. It was okay. Okay to decent. This stage, I say, is on a decent side. Yeah, I already covered it. I accidentally made a mistake and misspoke. When I said Creation Collab, what I meant to say is the 2019 level design contest from the official Mega Man Maker servers. I misspoke. Mini boss or boss? Yeah, they have similar names, sorry. I did also cover some of the hard mode levels, and honestly, I found most of them to be better than most of the stages, the regular Roadmaster levels. 50 screens long, that's fair. Decent level. Out of all the levels I covered so far, I say it'd be my favorite one. Let me take a look at how much time I have left. And before I start the next level, I'll be right back. Top is the Ultimate Boss Beta by Farid, with 11 plays and a score of 1. After this, I'll complete Nuclearstomp's level, and that'll probably be the final level of the stream. Are you the reincarnation of Sakurai? Or are you a clone? Gravity Man may come in the future, though. Gravity gimmicks probably not, but Gravity Man himself? Perhaps. Full arsenal of special weapons. Deconfirmed. That's rather unfortunate. I mean, he would actually work in Mega Man Maker. You only need to apply reverse gravity for himself, and I don't mind it too much if he's a bit glitchy. The onus will be on the players to fix that. Thankfully they're all weak to the leaf shield, which makes this boss fight so much easier. Especially when I can delete their projectiles. Just make sure to spend your E-tanks. Well, okay then, the ultimate boss beta is done. Just existed. Speaking of bosses, 11th up and probably the final level of the stream is Nuclearstomp refuses to have original ideas, so here's a boss rush by Nuclearstomp with 7 plays and a score of -1. Let's check the statistics of this stage. It has much more than 30 bosses, Nuclearstomp. It has 44 bosses, 22 checkpoints, 6 enemies, 55 screens, 58 spikes, and 2 refillers. If it's only -1, not so much. Most levels aren't played that much, so those minor negative scores mean nothing to me. And added your level to my list, the official meme guy. It'll be added to my to-play list. Just remember that any level I add, if it's from the level creation collab, not level creation collab, sorry, I mean the 2019 level creation contest, level design contest, I won't cover it during my dedicated episodes for it. By the way, all these boss battles are optional, you can skip right to the end, but I'll be going through all of them for posterity and 100% completion. First are the bosses from Mega Man 1, Bomb Man, Cutman, Iceman, Double Time Man, I'm gonna die here. Especially when that happens. I have 3 keys, so can I use it to spend... No, not yet. Time Man's gonna be the hardest one because there are 2 of them. One down, 1 left to go. I'm much more worried about Ringman more than anything else. When I eventually get to him. Now I can get out of here. Yeah, please do for the future update. Otherwise, it's kind of monotonous near the end. First series done, now on to the second series for Mega Man 2. Once you enter one of these teleporters, you're trapped until you defeat the bosses. And you're under a strict time limit for this boss. If you don't do it in time, you die. So don't miss your shots. Woodman. I'm most worried about Ringman coming up. Perfect. Metal Man, but now I gain access to a special weapon to make my life a bit easier. One hit point left. Sadly, I lose access to the laser trident. I wish I kept it. I didn't think Yellow Devil was deconfirmed. I would like to see it exist. But we'll have to see. Frankly, the engine is kind of inflexible in that way. Perhaps if a Mega Man Maker version 2 ever comes out, or Mega Man Maker 2 I mean, if it ever comes out, it can rectify those omissions. Well, there's always a Mega Mix engine for that. Well, if it doesn't work well under uneven terrain, then ask players to make the boss room with even terrain. Leave that onus up to the players themselves. That way you can keep bosses who don't work that well with uneven terrain, for example Gemini Man. And it also creates some more interesting setups with seeing how well those bosses work with slightly uneven terrain. Mega Man 3 bosses, double Sparkman. Not gonna be as annoying as Time Man though. Is Springman nearby? Because I electrified him somehow. Well, that was very strange. Alright, yeah, I must have hit Springman somehow. Oh, this is different. After destroyed terrain beneath him. This looks fun. It's gonna take one more attempt though, mainly because of Topman's tops. Alternatively, just damage boost. Seriously, will not just fall in the pit? Okay, now he does. Stone Man with this crusher. Okay. Not Stone Man, Hard Man, silly me. That was just a joke battle there. Time for the tougher battle. It seems that he can't do his stop attack here for some reason. That's different. Sadly, no E-Tank for me. Magnet Man. Mega Man tree bosses are done. Let's get out of here. Tree sets down. Probably 7 left to go. No, 6 left to go. Mega Man 4 bosses. At least for each one of these sections, there's only 4 bosses. Ringman, oh no. Time to play hopscotch with Ringman. He's fast when throwing out these rings, too. You don't get much clearance when dodging the rings. Yeah, this is going to be one of the tougher boss battles. Up there with Double Time Man. Once you get a positioning down, it isn't too bad. Skullman. Well, he's been killed. And he's been revived from the dead. Okay, I tried jumping there. And I also tried turning, none of that worked. Let's try it again. Clearly didn't want to cooperate there. It makes up for... The thing with Skullman is that if you didn't deal as much contact damage, that boss battle would be really easy. Or would be much easier to deal with. The hardest part is the environment itself. If anything, I just feel the rain is a bit too strong. And his bullets deal too much damage. I don't mind his high contact damage, what I mind more is his high bullet damage. Oh, it is one? Felt a bit tougher. Toadman. In his enclosed arena. No comment. Even his small arena didn't make him harder. Fairman, with these holes in the ground too. That's the Mega Man 4 set done. On to Mega Man 5. I do like how we have 4 bosses from every game that actually exists in this engine so far. Napalm Man in this pretty neat arena. But what is that Yoko block for? Oh. I see. Almost did it. I got distracted by the Yoko blocks. That was my bad. It's this attack which I'm most worried about. Not the throwing bomb attacks. That's easy to dodge. Stone Man, and I forgot to hit the checkpoint. Well, that was very straightforward. Crystal Man, ice over platforms and spikes. Not too bad. Because there's only one tall Jedok. That's the Mega Man 5 set done. Yeah, not sure. Plan, man. Flame Man with 2 magnets. To be fair, even though we're fighting almost all the bosses in the engine currently, at the very least the arenas are different. The next boss who I'm worried about is Concrete Man, but we'll encounter him near last anyways. Nightman. He always starts out the fight by throwing his mace. I was tapping the jump button. Like I said in the morning, don't trust the engine. Treat it more like a Kaizo game. That way you're a lot safer. Well, more so with this game. Controller I trust, it works pretty much 100% of the time, or 99.99%. It's just this game in particular how it codes it and how it codes its controls. I mean, the Magmal series never had this issue. Well, Magmal 1 did, but ever since Magmal 2 it hasn't. Need to mash sliding faster. Huh, that's strange. That never actually happened to me. That may be tied with how the Mega Engine works and how Magmal Remastered actually uses the old Mega Mix engine. Not the old Mega Mix engine, but the old Mega Engine. Whereas Magmal 3 is using a revamped Mega Engine. Mega Mix engine, I mean. And that's said to be much better. Thanks, Caleb. See you later. Don't forget to watch tomorrow's stream. I'll be hopefully completing up to the first Wily Fortress. I'll hopefully be covering the rest of the Wily Fortress levels, everything up to there, during Magmal 1 Remastered. That's 6 done, on to 7. 7, 8, 9. Alright, they're all shared. Because we don't have 4 bosses for each. Springman. Grenade Man. I presume each game only has 2 bosses right now, 7, 8, and 9. Next up it's Grenade Man from Mega Man 8. I was waiting for him to dash forward. It's when he suddenly does that backwards dash where I have problems dodging it. When he fires that spread of 4 grenades. I'm most worried about Concrete Man. He's probably next. Yeah, there he is. Mainly when he decides to fire all his concrete shots, because this can happen. Well, that wasn't too bad either. I didn't mean to go into this teleporter. He's essentially much harder guts, man. Now it should be much easier to actually hit him. One more. Two left to go. Next up is Tornado Man. Out of all the boss rematch or remix stages I've gone through recently, I say that this is currently my third favorite. My favorite one is definitely Buster's boss ideas. They're a lot more unique and they get by faster. And there was one more following that which was also more interesting. Last but not least is Shade Man. Only Roadmasters from 7, 8, and Base have their weakness reactions. And I didn't hit a checkpoint actually. So let's try it again. If you get turned to stone there, it's instant dead most likely, unless you mean to get hit by something. The reason why the reactions aren't here is because it makes the game much easier because you can essentially stun like the bosses in Mega Man 7, 8, and in Base. Maybe not in Base, but more so with 7 and 8. And the weakness reactions idea was actually taken from the X series, specifically X1 and X2. Although we have some reactions, like Electrifying Spring Man. Didn't all the bosses in Mega Man 11 actually have some reactions to their weaknesses? At least for the first time. The first time you hit it, that is. The first time you hit them with their weaknesses. Yep. Is there a secret at the ending like Buster's levels? Only Bounce Man? I thought, for example, Fuse Man reacted quite painfully to using the bounce ball against him, for example. Alright. So that's how we get out of here. I want to see someone else deal with all the bosses at once, but I'd rather take the easy route out of here. I see why I got a negative score because of how long it is, but you can skip to the end if you so desire. If anything, it's like Snow and Pyro's example level, which was added in the version 1.5 update, which showcased all the bosses currently in the engine. It's kind of like that, but at least some of the boss arenas have been remixed. Either changed up, made easier, or made more difficult. So overall, out of the 11 levels I covered during this stream, my favorite one would be OfficialMemeGuy's level. So tomorrow, as I mentioned earlier, I'll be continuing my Let's Play of Make a Good Mega Man Level Contest Remastered. I'll hopefully be completing Tiers 4, 5, and the Wily Fortress, but we'll have to see how long it takes. Well then, I thank you all for watching, and hope to see you tomorrow. Toodles!